Hey there, welcome back. Today we're diving into the creative side of Google Slides, uncovering 5 engaging digital activities that are dynamic, innovative, and engaging for students in the classroom. Stick around as we unravel the potential of Google Slides beyond basic slideshows. And I even have a bonus tip at the end, so stay tuned. Hey there, it's Adrienne Farrow, your Google BFF, and I'm excited to share with you some fantastic ways to leverage Google Slides beyond just presentations. We all know that Google Slides is a powerful tool, but let's unlock its full potential with these 5 digital activities. First activity that I absolutely love to start with is a drag and drop activity. This to me is a bronze level activity. On my 3 levels of digitization, I do bronze, silver, and gold. And bronze is a basic introductory activity that is simple for students to use, but dynamic at the same time. For a drag and drop activity, you could do matching where you have to match 2 different pictures, 2 different words. You can use the white space that is around a Google slide to drag images or shapes or whatever off of the side onto the Google slideshow itself to really create a dynamic activity. Drag and drop activities work for any subject. I've created them for math. I've created them for social studies, like a timeline where you have to drag dates and put them in the right orders. Science, grammar, vocabulary, you name it, drag and drop activities can really be fitting for the classroom. Another bronze level, teetering into the silver level activity, is self-correcting task cards. Now think of these, if you're familiar with boom cards, where you can have cards where you can click a button and it would take you to a screen that would say, yes, this is correct, or no, it's incorrect. So self-correcting task cards use the linking feature in Google Slides to link from one slide to the other. So you have a question and then you have boxes on the bottom with the answers. If a student clicks on a box that is the correct answer, they're taken to a slide that says correct, and then there's an arrow that says you can move on. If you click a box that is the incorrect answer, then you move to a screen that says incorrect, and then there's an arrow that takes them back to try again. This kind of activity only works in presentation mode. So it is a great product that teachers can use to assign to their students without having to really edit or change or do anything. The one downside to self-correcting task cards in Google Slides is there's not really a way of tracking student progress. So there's no data element behind it unless you do another activity with it that tracks that information. So that is the one downside, but they are super fun to make, super great for the classroom, engaging for students, and a great practice tool. Next one, number 3, interactive notebooks. Interactive notebooks are one of my favorite things to create. And what is unique about these is you do them in either a portrait or a landscape size on Google Slide. You create some coils. In PowerPoint is usually where I do it when I import in my backgrounds. And then you use that linking feature in Google Slides to make tabs on the side and link those between the pages within that notebook. So this is a silver level activity. One of the great things about an interactive notebook is a teacher can have so much information in one place. And you can include some other things like fill in the blank, drag and drop. You can link out to different websites. You can link to other activities. You can link to Google Forms. It's a one-stop shop for a bunch of information. So interactive notebooks are a great digital activity you can make in Google Slides. Another one is a choose your own adventure activity. This is also along the lines of an escape room, but it uses those linking features that we talked about in the self-correcting task cards to create an activity where students really choose their own adventure. What makes this complicated is you do have to plan out all the different ways that students can navigate through. But one of the best ways to use this is actually with high school students and preparing them for interviews or careers or things like that. You can do social stories for special education students where you have to say, give a scenario. How would you respond? Here's one answer. Here's another one. Choose which one. And then based off of the answer that they choose, then they get another scenario that they then have to make another choice. Finally, number 5 is virtual field trips. These are so much fun. It is a basic level activity, so a bronze level activity, unless you start adding some other fun features in there as well. But in one slideshow presentation, you can take students on a trip to somewhere that they have never been. You can incorporate images, videos, activities, links outside to go do some research. You can create a field trip to go to a brand new place without ever having to leave the computer screen. And that is amazing. Our internet allows us to do those cool things where we can go explore different countries way outside of our travel zone, somewhere that many students would never even be able to go to. But we can be there by using virtual field trips. Now, that bonus I promised you. Google Slides, just like all of the other Google tools, incorporates well with other Google tools. So my tip for you is link to Google Forms for real-time feedback throughout the activity. Remember number 2, the self-correcting task cards? What if you linked a Google form for students to keep track of their answers they went through? So they could have the cards up on one side, and then they could have the forms up on another side, and they could keep track of everything. You can link Google Forms into an interactive notebook, and you can incorporate assessments right there. When they're done with a tab and they've read all that information and done all the activities, they click the link, go to Google Forms, fill out their Google Forms assessment. So think about ways you can incorporate Google Forms into your Google Slides activity to make it even more dynamic. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment for more Google Tech tips and tricks to save you clicks so that you can bring more innovative, dynamic, amazing digital activities, whether it's to your classroom or to your teacher pay teacher or other educational storefront. Down below is a link to my brand new freebie, 5 digital activities that you can create in Google Slides. It gives more detailed information on these 5 things that I went over of what you can create in Google Slides, and then provides you more information about how you can learn more about Google Slides from me. Can't wait to see you in our next video. Take care.